Welcome to The Real Deal with Jason Silverman, the podcast dedicated to helping you build the business of your dreams and live the life you always hoped for, with valuable and fun tips and info to make your life easier and more fun. And now, here's your host, a man who sprinkles metal shavings on his breakfast cereal just for fun, Jason Silverman.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Real Deal with Jason Silverman. I'm your host, Jason Silverman, and I'm thrilled to share some time with you today. As you know, I am always on the hunt for interesting as well as super smart real deal guests, and I gotta tell you, today's show is a winner. I want to introduce my listeners to somebody who's truly been there and done that, and I'm excited to pick his brain for your benefit, and kind of selfishly for my benefit as well today. So for the folks who I work with in any of my coaching programs, my mastermind group, or through Powerful Words Character Development or All-Star Cheer sites, you know how much I focus on the importance of deserving, generating, and harvesting referrals to grow your businesses, right? Well, this show is going to help us to do just that. So today it's going to be my honor and privilege to share an amazing resource with you. You're going to love today's guest. He's got a ton of valuable info about what I consider to be a super important topic to help you succeed, as well as a fun way to deliver it. So strap yourself in. Today's show is going to be a blast. As I'm sure you already know, I'm committed to helping business owners just like you to become more successful, enjoy your career more, and in general, make your life significantly more fun. Because let's face it, folks, we only get one ride around this merry-go-round, and we want to make sure it is one hell of a ride. Okay, it is now that time. I want you to stop surfing Facebook, put away your phone, your tablet, your dog, your cat, your spouse, your child, anything that might possibly distract you from today's show. You're about to get some great and immediately implementable information, and I don't want you to miss even a second of it. So, before we officially get going, I want to give you a little bit of background about our guest today. Gus Skarlis is an innovator, investor, patent holder, author, state swimming champion, and so much more. With his 20 years of experience in over 150 different industries, Gus is considered the world's referral marketing leader. His strategies and ideas give you specific steps that you can take today to generate more referrals for your business. Gus, welcome to The Real Deal. I'm thrilled to have you today.
Great to be here, Jason. Thank you for having me on.
The pleasure is mine. So, listen, before we get started, for those who haven't had the opportunity and pleasure of either meeting you or hearing you speak, do me a favor, take a second, share your story with our listeners. What are you passionate about? What makes you tick? Who is Gus?
Well, I was born and raised in a small town in Mason City, Iowa. Grew up in the car business. My father had some car dealerships, and worked real hard through high school and went to college, not the college I wanted to go to, and I talk about that a little bit in more detail in my book. But I've always had a very strong work ethic and the ability to connect with people. And that kind of is how I've been as successful as I have been in my different fields and industries, is because I'm good at connecting people with other people. So the entire referral platform that I've developed and have been doing has been a lifelong passion of mine, to be able to show and help people where they can generate more business and leads for whatever type of business they're in. Now, I'm primarily focused in the automotive space, car dealers and things of that nature, home improvement businesses. But, generating referrals it's actually pretty simple when you think about it, and learn some new strategies and ideas. So,
well, I'm excited to be able to share those, because quite honestly, and as we discussed earlier, anytime I talk to either a new owner, and many of the folks listening to this podcast today are owners in the after-school activity world. So whether you own a cheer gym, a dance studio, a martial arts academy, a gymnastics club, what have you, the answer is generally the same. I say, where do you get your leads from? How do you get more business? And everybody tells me, well, Jason, I've got a great word of mouth, which, as you and I both know, normally means I don't know how to market, and I kind of hope that people will say nice things about me.
Sure, exactly.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, and most small businesses are in that same space where, they think they have a process in place, and they have one or two best friends that they know are employees or generating referrals. However, they're missing a large audience of their current clients that they could be, activating them and turning them to even, larger consumer advocates if they just had a few processes in place that are actually pretty simple to implement.
Well, we need to get into that. The biggest question I have, I guess, as a kickoff question is, how do we make it easy? And we being business owners, how can we all make it easier for our clients to provide us with quality referrals? Not like the crappy referrals of, hey, here are 6 people in my phone that I haven't talked to since high school. But
sure, exactly.
How do we make it easy?
The first step that any business owner should take is to have a sign up where you actively recruit people into your referral program. I don't want to say a word force them, but ask them to sign up and say, hey, I have a referral program. It's great, but I need you to sign up. And the reason you want them to sign up is so they actually have something to do and send in a place to send you a referral when they do get one, because you never know when that conversation is going to happen. You're going to have Mom A meet Mom B at the grocery store, and all of a sudden she's going to say, hey, my kid's taking karate and he loves it and his self-confidence is up and, we just love it and this studio's great. And then Mom B is going to be like, okay, what do I need to do? And Mom A has no direction. Well, it's over, down off by the grocery store and the guy's name is so-and-so. Mom B, by the time she leaves the grocery store, is going to get inundated with Facebook and phone calls and text messages. She's not going to remember what Mom A just told her about the karate center. So you have to be able to give Mom A the tools, the contact information to be able to share that with Mom B when that conversation happens, wherever it does happen. So the first goal is to get as many of your clients signed up for your referral program as possible. That's the first goal.
So let me just for clarification, is that something that we can build into a website? Is that something that they're just kind of opting in for? What does that look like?
You would, in the best case scenario, you'd have a quick little form on your website. When clients do sign up during your place of business, you can market to your, existing client base. Yeah, set up a website with a quick little form, and it can go into an autoresponder for basic purposes, or you can get as elaborate as building text messaging applications and things of that nature. But the first goal is just get these people and your clients to sign up and let them know that, hey, once you sign up, then I'm going to continue to send you emails or text messages or phone calls and remind you what you need to do when that conversation does happen.
I love that. All right. And that actually, just from my perspective of owning All-Star Cheer sites, this sounds like something that very easily could be built either into the website or into a mobile app. So that sounds great. All right. Perfect. So first, make it easy. Is there a step that follows that?
Yeah, what we do then is after you have them sign up, you're going to want to be able to give them a phone number, an address, a social media account, so they can share that information with when that conversation happens. So, for example, you might have a special phone number tied for just referrals. So when that person is having that conversation about the karate studio, Mom A can say, hey, let me just text you over their phone number right now. Mm-hmm. And it goes directly to them. So those are basic tools that pretty much anybody can do. What we like to do for smaller businesses that are just getting started out is just text your contact information to every one of your clients that signs up and say, hey, save this contact information in your phone book. It's going to have your website, maybe your Twitter handle, your Facebook page, phone number, address, and that type of stuff. And then save it as a contact, so when that conversation does happen, they can just share that contact information right then and there through their phone. Pretty much every phone's got an app that just, share this contact. So that's the most basic, simplest way to do it. To get into more advanced stuff, yeah, you can get as advanced as you want with the apps and websites and landing pages and all that fun stuff. So that's the easy way. Just make sure that every one of your clients has your contact information shared into their phone, so when that conversation happens, they can click a button and share it with the next client, or next prospect, I should say.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Okay. So here's I always find that most people learn more from the negative than they do from the positive. So what would you say are the biggest mistakes people tend to make when they're trying to get referrals?
They think that everybody knows who they are.
Mm.
They have, and most people are too busy. They don't care. There's no benefit for them to generate a referral. It's kind of like, well, what has he done for me? Why should I help this guy get rich? What am I getting out of it? And most people think like that. They're not going to admit it, but they do.
Wow.
So you kind of have to get into a referral mindset of, hey, let me help this guy out or this business out because, it's something good may come to me. So what we do on the backside of referral driven is we incentivize our clients to share content. So for example, if you generate a referral or a lead for us, we're going to give you maybe a month free or 2 months free or a t-shirt or something. There's always got to be something on the backside of the action. Whether they sign up or they don't, you still have to reward the action. And that's where most people fail. They think, well, he sent me 10 people and nobody signed up, so, it was all a waste of time. But it really wasn't because he still found 10 people to send you. Maybe your prices were too high. Maybe they didn't like your location. Maybe their kid just wasn't a good fit for whatever reason. But you still have to reward the action. So anytime somebody sends you a lead in any respect or form, even if it doesn't convert into a sale or a new client, you still have to reward the action because that's what's going to keep that person motivated to find you another person.
That's brilliant. And right then and there, I've heard of tons of people saying, well, gosh, I don't want to give this guy anything. It wasn't good for me first. So,
exactly.
All right. Exactly. So it's more of that starting with the giving hand and making sure that, hey, listen, gosh, I really appreciate what you did. And I guess maybe taking ownership of the fact that, perhaps it was me that for there's a reason they didn't join. Okay.
Sure. And it doesn't have to be a large gift. It could be something as simple as a $5 gift card for, a cup of coffee or a box of cookies or a calendar or a t-shirt. It doesn't have to be these big, elegant gifts for every lead, but, just reward them with something. Because at the end of the day, no matter what business you're in, you're always in the leads business. You're not in the karate business. You're not in the car business. You're not in the, CPA business. You're in the leads business. So the amount of leads and opportunities you have will dictate how fast and how big your business will grow. So the more opportunities you have, the bigger your business will be. So I would reward every person that sends me a lead, regardless of whether converted or they didn't qualify or whatever the situation is. Thank them for helping you out.
That's huge. Obviously, starting with gratitude first. Folks, if you didn't hear what Gus just said, that was just the key. It really was the key. You are in the leads business. That is, everybody thinks they're doing something else, but they're really not. So, figuring out what exactly it is we're doing for a living is helpful. All right. Tell me when's the right time, or is there a right time for asking for referrals?
There's not one magic moment that you can say, hey, this is the best time it's going to convert. Asking for referrals should be a continuous and consistent effort. And that's where, a lot of businesses just kind of drop the ball. They think that as soon as, they sell the client or the client signs up that, okay, great, give me 10 other people that are like you that, might benefit from my services. And they do it one time. And that sounds great in theory, but what happens in 2 months when the person that just signed up is now at the grocery store and all of a sudden, they love your services and, they forget to talk about your business and stuff because they're not actively engaged and they don't think about referrals because again, they're not thinking about your business. They're thinking about the 4,000 things they have to get done in the next 15 minutes in their own lives. So, you got to be very, very diligent and consistent. And that's why when you get them to sign up for your program, you can continuously send them marketing messages, whether it be text message or email or however you get them to opt in. Even direct mail is a great program. So once or twice a month, hey, by the way, if you know anybody looking for our services, here's a free session, or here's, 20% off a yearly membership, or, here's a free, leotard if they're in dance, if they don't want to buy a leotard to put their daughter in dance the first time around just to try it out. Things of that nature. So you can give your clients that are signed up for your referral program the tools to be able to help you send and give that content and that information away and those details to prospects. So it's got to be very, very continuous. It should be part of your marketing program, just like you run a pay-per-click ad or you run a direct mail ad or TV ad. Referral marketing is its own separate channel, and it has to be treated that way.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that 1,000%. So when you look at a business, Gus, who do you believe should be responsible for harvesting referrals?
In my 20 years in different industries, it's got to be the business owner. You can't rely on your employees or your sales staff to do it, and find referrals. Now, you're going to have a few overachievers, and they're going to go out and they're going to knock on doors and send out letters and work their own little programs. But 98% of them are going to sit back and wait for you to generate the leads, especially at large sales teams and stuff like that. So the referral has got to be tied to the business, because if a client has a bad experience with one employee, you can't let that affect the entire business. So when the business owner takes over control of the entire referral program and the marketing aspect of it, now it doesn't rely on your staff, it doesn't rely on any vendors. It's your business and your reputation and how you operate. So you've got to take control of it yourself and don't rely on any of your sales staff to do it. Give them the tools and processes to execute, but you at the end of the day have got to be responsible for it.
I love that answer. I really do. Because obviously it's our business, it's our responsibility, and we reap the rewards. So I have a mindset question for you. Is there a thought on, if you were giving somebody a suggestion, let's say you had a whole room full of owners, what would you say to actually help them turn the right mindset on and understand actually the value of referrals and the importance of actually setting these systems into play? Because I know it's going to be there's going to be an initial bit of work. How do I help to solidify the understanding in people's minds that, wow, it's really that important, and I have to do this, and I have to want to do this?
I would ask them, or make three statements. I would ask them how they view TV, where they watch their news, and what type of radio they listen to. Because nowadays, everybody's mindset has always been, traditional marketing channels, radio, newspaper, television, maybe a little direct mail here and there. They've thrown in social media and email marketing throughout the, last 10 years. But when you really distill it down, every one of your buyers and prospects and clients, they're all watching TV through their apps on mobile devices, whether it's Netflix or Hulu or, Apple TV nowadays. So you don't have the TV commercials like you had even 5 years ago. So you can't get to these people anymore like you used to just on TV. Curated content sites on the internet. People aren't going to your local, news station website. They're going to Huffington Post and Business Insider and Inc.com and all these other curated content sites because they want a global reach. They don't want something local that just, is one piece of news every 4 hours. They want 40 pieces of news every 10 minutes. And then as far as radio goes, everybody's got XM or Sirius, in their car. So they're not listening to radio like they used to. It's all, again, global reach. They can listen to 150 different radio stations. So you can't get to them, even on radio like you used to. So these changes in technology are making it really hard for any business to generate leads the old traditional way. So I don't think it's so much a matter of you have to get into referral marketing. I think if you don't, your business is not going to survive because you're going to have to find new ways to find prospects.
That's enormous. All right. So if my listeners had one thing that you believe they should do right now, today, like the minute this podcast is done, what's one thing they can do to start generating referrals if they've never done anything in the past?
I would build a form on your website, send out a letter, and get your existing client base signed up for your referral program and let them know exactly the steps they need to take to get people, or when they have that conversation, how they get them signed up. So you have a form, they fill it out, they say, yes, I want to participate in your referral program. What do I do now? You send out the email or the text message, say, hey, when you have a referral, text them this information, call me directly on this number, give them this coupon, this discount, whatever. Give them the tools that they need to, actually generate the referral.
I love it. I love it. All right, it is time for our resource of the week. So, Gus, tell me this. How can my listeners find out more about you and how you help entrepreneurs to succeed?
My website is called referraldriven.com. referraldriven.com is the website. And I'm also on every social media out there. The handle is at Gus, G-U-S, Skarlis, S-K-A-R-L-I-S. So you can connect with me on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Snapchat. Where else? I think, did I miss any?
Depending upon the hour, there's a new one, so.
Yeah, exactly. Also you can check out any one of my books on Amazon just search my name, Gus Skarlis, and I've got my latest book is called Restart. Audience was for automotive dealers, but the strategies and applications will apply to any business. But the audience for that book was automotive dealers. So there's some great step-by-step processes and strategies in there as well.
I love it. All right. I always like to end my podcast with one, I think, very telling question. So if you could give business owners just one solid piece of advice to either help their businesses or, more importantly, help them to live a better life, what would that piece of advice be?
Oh, there's so many great things I could say. I would have to say, to live a better life, you just have to treat people how you want to be treated. Follow the golden rule. Just be nice and realize that, sometimes things aren't going to go as well as planned. You have to have a little patience, but at the end of the day, if you're just nice to people, they're going to be nice back to you, and you'll get more by being the nice person than being anything else. So that's the way I live my life, just the golden rule.
Golden rule it is. Gus, thank you so much for joining me today. I know how busy your schedule is, and it means the world to me that you share some of your time and your wisdom with our people. So thank you.
Yeah, great. It was a great time, and love to come on again.
Absolutely. Folks, that is all the time we've got for today. Thanks so much for tuning into The Real Deal with Jason Silverman. For more info about private coaching or to see if you benefit from one of our mastermind groups, visit me over at www.jasonmsilverman.com. I look forward to helping you achieve the success that you deserve. Until next time, let me leave you with this. Get out there and be the real deal. Set a goal, make a plan, work like hell towards it, and achieve the success that's waiting for you. Now's the time. Get out there and make it happen. Go get 'em. This has been Jason Silverman, and I hope you have a spectacular week.
You've been listening to The Real Deal with Jason Silverman. To access the great resources mentioned in the show and for information on coaching and mastermind group opportunities with Jason, please visit jasonmsilverman.com.